What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Couch Talk. Uh, two quick announcements before getting into this episode. So, first of all, this past Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday, um, and Eagles came out on top. Well deserved win. They had a hell of a season. They played also another good team. Also, personally, I'm glad the Chiefs didn't get the three-peat. Maybe they'll come back next year for three, but who knows? And then announcement two. If you're in the Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee area of the country, be safe. We're all getting hit with some nice snow. So also enjoy that. Enjoy the snow. Enjoy the day off. Go play. Do whatever you got to do in the snow to enjoy it. And yeah, so now into the episode. So today's topic is going to be about kind of negativity and negative thoughts. This got put on my radar very recently as I'm very much on social media, and social media is just full of negativity. And there was actually a Super Bowl commercial with Tom Brady and Snoop Dogg about negativity and just hate. That also kind of inspired this thought process. But yeah, negative thoughts and negativity, it's real. We live in a society, especially with social media, where people just talk reckless. They don't really have that empathy, sympathy for one another. It's kind of a me, I'm gonna win type of society. It's kind of like a dog eat dog world. And I really don't think it has to be like that personally. I really don't. Because me growing up always playing sports, I was always taught you have a good team around you, you will flourish just as much as your team flourishes. And so kind of diving into those negative thoughts though, like it's normal. We're human. Negative thoughts happen when we have bad days. We hear something we don't like, whether it be constructive criticism, feedback. You read something that feels like it kind of just like hits you personally, or you see something on social media that does the same. It's normal to have those negative thoughts. I think that is part of being human. We all have it happen to us. Here's what I'll say about negative thoughts, though, and I do want to kind of turn this into solely focusing on like negative thoughts and negativity, into showing you how you can switch that into the positive mindset, positive thoughts. So negative thoughts do lead to bad days. Like what you speak into existence or into the air, if it's bad stuff, it's gonna come to fruition. I really do. I believe that. I stand on that. I'm speaking from experience. If I'm putting bad stuff in the air, nine out of 10 times it comes and bites me in the butt. So do keep that in mind. If you're going to have negative thoughts, try to keep them to yourself, because as soon as you put them out, you're going to start affecting other people. And as cliche as it is, I still stand by treat people the way you want to be treated. It's hard at times. We all have bad days. We all lash out. But for the most part, really try and shoot for that goal of treat others how you want to be treated. As soon as you start spilling that negativity into the air, you're probably going to start spilling negativity and taking stuff out on other people, and we want to avoid that. So try to do your best. Like I said, keep those negative thoughts in and try to shift that mindset into, if you're going to speak something, speak it into a positive message. And I kind of touched on this a few minutes ago too. Social media is full of negativity. There's so many different avenues. I don't want to get too deep into this because I do want to make a full episode just on social media. As me being Generation Z, I am that social media generation. And I do want to kind of go through the pros and cons of that. But like I said, social media is full of negativity. And just like, be careful what you really entertain on social media. it's really easy to compare yourself on social media, which then leads to these real negative thoughts of like, am I ever going to be this good? Am I ever going to have this car? Am I ever going to have this type of place? Am I ever going to live in this extravagant of an area? You got to really watch out for that, because I think we do live in a generation, specifically younger, like the younger generation on social media is so impressionable. So I think that is a big thing about social media that we got to watch out for, and the negative effect of social media. Kind of switching gears to not necessarily social media, but who you hang around. You know, if you're hanging around people that are just complaining about their lives, not taking the steps to get better, not taking the steps to better themselves, scrap them. It sounds bad, sounds harsh, but there is something to be said about having a tight circle. Get rid of, like, negative people, get rid of them, because you are who you hang around. Now, I don't want this to get misconstrued with someone who's complaining about their life, but they're making the steps to get where they want to be. Because I think that is just part of the process. If you're doing the right steps, there's going to be a level of, like, it's a grind. You got to get through it. So I think there is a give and take with the complaining, but I do think, if there's someone's complaining and clearly not making the steps to get better, that's a whole different story. So yeah, I really, really do want to just harp on the fact of, like, if you got people in your group that are what you might think holding you back because it's just negative energy, negative thoughts, just constantly bringing bad stuff to the table, get rid of them. Again, sounds harsh, but you're going to be way better off in the end without those people. I know for myself, in college, I cut people out of my circle here and there. It wasn't like a consistent thing, but it got me into a better headspace without having those people in my life. And yeah, this is something that you kind of got to be a little selfish in the end. You got to take care of yourself. And if you're constantly consumed and worried about what other people are thinking, you wanting to just constantly please other people, you got to recognize to a certain extent, like, you got to take care of yourself. You got to look out for yourself. And if that means being a little selfish here and there, not every day or not about everything, but being selfish here and there to get your mental right, that's important. And don't let anybody ever tell you different. But yeah, the negativity is real. And I think it's really important to learn how to switch those negative thoughts too. I think ways you can do that are, I kind of made a video on, like, getting out of ruts and, like, getting out of, like, a bad headspace. So when you have those negative thoughts, do things to make you feel better. I talk about in the video I just mentioned, like, I go for runs. I just get outside, do some sort of activity or hobby. That will really just kind of lift you up, help get you out of that bad headspace. I think those are huge. Find something that gives you a good hit of dopamine, and not dopamine as in just flipping through social media, because that's such a quick hit of dopamine that will go away in the snap of a finger. Do something that's going to give you a more extensive hit of dopamine, physical exercise, a hobby that you love, anything to prolong that hit of dopamine is huge. So yeah, guys, that's kind of a quick little take on some negative thoughts. Like I said, this topic got brought on by that one Super Bowl commercial that I mentioned. And yeah, so yesterday's video, I was kind of in a hurry. I was busy, so I didn't get to the quote of the day. But today's quote of the day is going to be, This is one that I'll be honest, I don't know who made the quote, but the quote is, "You can't control the wind, but you can adjust the sails." And the reason I picked this one for this episode specifically is because, with negativity, you can't always control that, specifically on social media. But what you can do is you can adjust how you look at it, or you can adjust the way you view it, or whatever it may be, to turn a negative into a positive. So just always remember, you are the one that's in control at the end of the day too. If it's something so small, try to look big picture. If it's a negative in a big picture thing, just really make a conscious effort to try and find a little positive within all the negativity. It really goes a long way. It's a good look too. It's a good quality to be somebody that can really see the good in somebody if they're not doing great. Seeing the good in a event, if it's negative, if it's not helping anybody. So yeah, really consciously try and switch those perspectives when a negative event comes up. So yeah, that's going to be today's episode. Again, sorry yesterday's was kind of short. If you would like to see me kind of dive in on some more time management tips, I know I kind of sped through it. Leave it in the comments. And of course, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.